Welcome here to Gracie Schwarzwald in the beautiful Black Forest. We're going over a complete Gracie Jiu-Jitsu Self-Defense Course. I'm here with Erkan Mete, and right now we are focused on takedowns. And right now we're going to continue on with kind of this variations of the back roll takedowns or back roll sweeps, however you want to call it. This is actually one of my favorites, especially when I'm kind of tired, because I can usually get to the front headlock position. So it's going to operate a lot like the Sumigaishi and the Georgian grip Sumigaishi, but we're doing it from the front headlock position. So there's a couple details that I use just to make sure that he doesn't counter what I'm doing. Okay, so again, there's many ways that I can get to the front headlock position. He might try to tackle, put your head on this side just so they can see. And I sprawl and I get control here. Or it might be a situation where I snap him down and then I get the front headlock. Now, when I go for this sweep, I personally, let me get you on this side. If I decide to go for this sweep, like maybe I've gone here and I feel like I can't finish the guillotine standing and I don't want to pull guard to the guillotine, maybe I feel like I don't really have solid control of his head, and if I fall back for the guillotine I might lose it, I'm going to switch to overhooking this arm. Okay. Now, when I do this, I can lock my hands. Okay, but when I lock my hands, let me get you to turn the camera a little bit. Here, I don't want to lock my hands way by his armpit. I still want my hand, the wrist bone right under his neck, right at the point of his trachea, is right where my wrist bends. Okay, if you really want to deep dive in this, of course, the guillotine code. Okay, but that's because I really still want to do this. I want to put pressure into his neck. The more that I push his head down, what happens? The more you become a ball, the more lighter his hips become. That's really important. So with this, what's most important about this takedown is I'm not lifting. I lift, he starts to stretch out, he will not roll. I'm actually going to drive my elbow down. So I'm taking this, and the whole part of the sweep is I'm almost like I'm doing a guillotine. I'm taking my elbow towards his belly button. But what that really is doing is it's forcing his head. I want his nose to touch his belly button if possible. Okay, that's what's going to make the sweep effective. So I come here, I catch. Now I'm going to step, unlike the past two, I'm going to step this leg outside his leg. Okay, and then I'm going to go same side. So I'm not going cross-side like the Sumigaishi. I'm going to go same side. And as before, I'm sitting. Okay, so I'm here, I snap him down, I lock. So I snap him down, I lock, I step, I sit, I take him over. Now what's really important on this is, let me get you right here, is again, I want to look over this shoulder. I want him to roll over the shoulder that I'm holding his head. I do not want him to roll over this way. One, he'll crush my face. And two, there's a chance he can counter. So when I do this, I'm pushing and driving so that he rolls this way. So part of that is simply, where are we strong?
Maybe look at.
Right, so as I sit, I want to look over the shoulder. I want him to go over. So I come in, and I sit, and I sit. So I look this way, and then it's easy. Come back. If I look the wrong way, try to do this without hurting myself. Get my face smushed. And maybe I get on top, but most likely he's going to roll over my face. Now, I'm not going to go into a super deep dive on this, but the reason that I hold the arm is because I do not want him to be able to post or to throw his weight to that side. The reason I step outside is this. What he wants to do is, if I start to do this, I'm going to go real slow. As I sit and I try to do this, he's going to want to go to that side. Okay? If he has that arm free, he can maybe go to that side. If I have the arm trapped, I still have some options to reverse him. But by having my leg on the outside, let's do it again. We'll just kind of do it from here. I'm just going to sit. If I go and try to run to that side, I can use that leg to block him, to roll him over, or to sweep him. Instead of my leg being inside where he can hop to that side, and I only have the hook. Okay? That's not the important part. The important part is get him to the correct side, you don't have to worry about all that. Okay? So by having this arm I can push down and I can actually lift that shoulder a little bit to really guide him over this shoulder. So I'm here, I step, I sit, I look, I come over, I can finish the guillotine. So one time from here. We're tied up, I go for the leg, I snap, I come in, I feel like it's not there, I step, I sit, and I have the guillotine. So that is one of my absolute favorite. I've used this in competition many times, especially because I get a lot of guys do this. We start out, go ahead, and they're just keeping me away here. So usually, by playing this, I can usually get to here, and then they're trying to stay away, so it's hard for me to do anything. So I go switch off to this takedown, and I hope you guys enjoy.